Greetings YouTubers and welcome to my 13th TTM video. Today I will show you some purchases that I made, and also I will show you some TTMs I got back this weekend as well. First purchase that came back was this 8x10 of former Ohio State quarterback Cornelius Green. Cornelius Green was born back in 1954, 66. In Washington, D.C., native of the nation's capital, went to Dunbar High School. Went to The Ohio State, where he played under legendary coach Woody Hayes. Was named the starting quarterback his sophomore season over Greg Harre. And in 1975 was the Big Ten MVP, although his teammate Archie Griffin won the Heisman Trophy that year. He was 31-2-1 as a quarterback at Ohio State. Went to 4 Rose Bowls, 3 Big Ten championships, and in 1973 they were undefeated that year. He was an All-American in 1975. He threw for 2,255 yards, 17 touchdowns in his career at Ohio State, and ran for 2,014 yards and 28 touchdowns. They were mostly a run offense back then. Woody Hayes' 3 yards in a cloud of dust. In 1976, he was drafted in the 11th round with the 318th pick by the Dallas Cowboys. They wanted him to play wide receiver, but they eventually traded him during training camp to the Seattle Seahawks. He didn't play any regular season games in Seattle, and eventually signed on with the BC Lions in the Canadian Football League in 1977, where his career ended. I like this photograph. He signed it, put 1975 OSU and Big Ten MVP on it. Nice collection here, Cornelius Green. And the second purchase I made was of a former Green Bay Packer, old-time Packer, Jim Flanagan. James Michael Flanagan, Sr. Big Jim was born in 1945. He's 75, born in Pittsburgh, PA. Was a linebacker at the University of Pittsburgh. Selected in the 1967 NFL Draft in the second round with the 51st pick by the Green Bay Packers. Played from 1967 to 1970 with the Packers and finished up in 1971 with the Saints. 54 career games. He had 1 pick and 2 fumble recoveries. Was also a member of the Super Bowl II championship team. Green Bay won it that year, defeating the Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl in Miami. He's also the father of Jim Flanagan Jr., who played at Notre Dame and then played in the NFL for the Bears, Packers, 49ers, and the Eagles in his 9-year career. And I like these old-time Packers, again, the guys that played under Vince Lombardi. And it was a good price as well. And the third purchase is a big one. Big picture, that is. Let's see if we can get it in there. This is former hockey player Neil Broughton. Neil Broughton was born in 1955 in Minnesota. He's 60. He'll be 61 in November. Played at the University of Minnesota for Herb Brooks, who eventually coached him on the Olympic team in 1980. Was a 1979 NCAA champ at Minnesota when Minnesota defeated the University of North Dakota 4-3 on Neil Broughton's goal. He was the winner of the inaugural Hobey Baker Award for the best college player in hockey. And, of course, 1980, he was a member of the great Miracle on Ice team. Defeated the Soviets and then defeated Finland for the gold medal. They actually had to beat them for the gold medal, not the Soviets, although that was a big, huge victory on February 22nd, 1980. He's one of only a few players ever to win an NCAA championship, an Olympic gold medal, and also a Stanley Cup championship in 1995 with the New Jersey Devils. He played from 1980 to 1997 in the NHL with Minnesota, Dallas, New Jersey, and Los Angeles. He scored 289 goals overall. And it's a nice size picture. He signed it and put his number 9. He's right there on the end there. So that was the third purchase I got back this weekend. And now the TTMs, the good ones. These 2 cards took 8 days. They came from the great state of Ohio. Cincinnati, and there Dick LeBeau is the guy. Charles Richard Dick LeBeau. In 1937, 82 years old, born in London, Ohio. Great defensive back, played at Ohio State. Was a member of their 1957 NCAA championship team. Played halfback on offense and cornerback, I should say, on defense. In 1959, in the draft, he was selected in the fifth round, I should say. Fifth round with the 58th pick by the Cleveland Browns. He was cut in training camp and the Lions signed him, and he played in Detroit from 1959 to 72. 3 times he went to the Pro Bowl, 62 interceptions, 762 yards, 4 touchdowns. One of the greats in the NFL, defensive backs. Got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2010. He was also head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals from 2000 to 2002, going 12-33. But he's considered one of the greatest defensive coaches ever. He was an assistant coach on many, many NFL teams. The Bengals and the Steelers being 2 of them, because he was defensive coordinator with the Bengals, made both of their Super Bowl appearances in Super Bowl 16 and Super Bowl 23 when they lost memorable games to the San Francisco 49ers. And he was also an assistant coach with the Pittsburgh Steelers when they went to 3 Super Bowls, losing to Dallas in Super Bowl 30, but defeating Seattle in Super Bowl 50, and in Super Bowl 53 when they defeated Arizona. He had an illustrious career in the NFL as a coach, assistant coach, and a player. And this is only 8 days, no fee. He signed both of them. Both Lion cards there. I like both those. The second TTM I got today, another one of my Hall of Fame cards that came in the mail. This one came from Tampa, Florida. And this is, get him on out of there, Mr. Wade Boggs. Wade Anthony Boggs, born in 1958. He's 62, born in Omaha, Nebraska. Played kicker and punter in Plant High School in Tampa, Florida. Was actually offered a scholarship by the University of South Carolina, but was selected in the 7th round of the MLB draft by the Red Sox, and he signed with them for $7,500. While in the minor leagues, he played at Pawtucket for the Pawtucket Red Sox in Rhode Island. Played in the longest game in baseball history in 1981 against the Rochester Red Wings with a guy by the name of Cal Ripken on that team. They went 33 innings, 8 hours, and 25 minutes. A long time. Played in the major leagues from 1982 to 1999. Played with Boston from 82 to 92, and then with the Yankees from 93 to 97, and finished up with Tampa in 98 and 99, where he had to retire because of knee injuries. He was a 12-time All-Star, played in 2 World Series, the very famous 1986 World Series, where he was a member of the Red Sox and they lost to the New York Mets, and in 1995 was a member of the Yankees, where they beat, 1996, sorry, Braves won it in 95, 1996, when the Yankees defeated the Braves. Very famous, he was on the horseback with the police officer riding around after the victory. 2-time Gold Glover, 5-time AL batting champ, hit .328 for his career, 118 home runs, 1,014 RBIs, and 3,010 hits. His 3,000th hit was a homer on August 7th, 1999. Only one of 3 players to do that. He was the first. Derek Jeter was the second in 2011, and Alex Rodriguez was the third in 2015. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2005. One of his best years, power-wise, was in 1987, where he hit 24 homers and drove in 89 RBIs, and never came close to that home run total again. He also was on TV. Appeared in The Simpsons as himself in Homer at the Bat in that episode, and in Cheers in the episode entitled Bar Wars. And if you're a wrestling fan, he also did a promotion with Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, in the old WWF. And later inducted Curt Hennig, who had passed away, into the WWF Hall of Fame. Wade Boggs, great player. Again, 7 days. This cost $10 to get him to sign this Hall of Fame card, but it's pretty worth it. A lot cheaper than having him in person at a show or on eBay. And also, I got this one coming in from Florida. It took 10 days, but again, another great signer here. It's Mr. Joe Schmidt, Joseph Paul Schmidt, Born in 1932, he's 88, born in Pittsburgh, PA. He's a linebacker, played at the University of Pittsburgh, where he was an All-American in 1952. Selected in the NFL draft in the 7th round with the 85th pick by the Lions. Played in Detroit from 1953 to 65. Had 24 picks, 294 yards of running there when he got the ball after interception, and 2 touchdowns. Played in 2 NFL championship teams in 1953 and 1957. 8 times was first-team All-Pro, 10-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL Defensive MVP, made the NFL's 100th anniversary all-time team, and also the NFL's 1950s all-decade team. One of the great players ever. Got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1973, and the College Football Hall of Fame in 2000. Was also the head coach of the Detroit Lions from 1967 to 72. He was 35 years old when he was hired. And his career in Detroit went 43 wins, 34 losses, and 7 ties. In 1970, he lost a playoff game to the Dallas Cowboys on December 26th by a score of 5-0. A tough loss there. This one again was free. Took 10 days, but well worth it. He signed Hall of Fame 73. I didn't ask for that actually, but he was nice enough to sign it. I like this picture because he's tackling Bart Starr right there, another Hall of Famer. Great TTM signer. And lastly, this next one took a total of 5 days. Came in from Pennsylvania, and it's not that far from where I live, so that's probably why it took so quickly. This is Mr. Bobby Shantz. Signed this baseball for me. Let me take off the cover there. Bobby Shantz is 94, going to be 95 next month. Born in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Played Major League Baseball from 1949 to 1964. Played with the Philadelphia and Kansas City Athletics, then the New York Yankees, Pittsburgh Pirates, was a member of the original Houston Colt 45s, the St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, and finished up with the Philadelphia Phillies in 1964. 119 wins, 3.38 ERA, 1,072 strikeouts, 3 times an All-Star, 8-time Gold Glover, won the World Series in 1958 as a member of the Yankees, and in 1952 was the American League's most valuable player. He signed this ball nicely. I sent him $25, which is usually what he charges, or what they charge for him at a show, but I said, could you please just put some inscriptions on it, and he did. I'll put this right down here, 1952, if I can get it focused, 1952 AL MVP, and up here signed best year, 1952, when he won 24 games, 7 losses, 2.48 ERA, and 27 complete games, which most guys today wouldn't even come close. If they had 2 complete games, that would be a lot. And over here he put more statistics, All-Star, World Series, Gold Gloves, all that stuff, and it was well worth it. This guy is on the TTM Mount Rushmore as far as I'm concerned. And again, I gave him, whatever you want to call it, a fee of $25. That was my choice, and he was very gracious in his signing. He also signed my letter that I sent him, where he inscribed, "Thanks for your kindness," which was really nice of him. He's a gentleman, so if you get a chance, drop him a line. He will sign your stuff. No problem. Well, that is it for today. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I am 38 subscribers short of hitting the bicentennial mark, 200. And I'll have my bicentennial giveaway, as I call it. So we'll see how long that takes. So again, thank you. Everybody stay safe. And I'll see you next time. And good night, Pennsylvania. Right there. Good night, Pennsylvania. Good night, everybody.